Welcome to the AI Queens podcast, the show where women entrepreneurs learn to ditch the overwhelm, embrace AI, and build businesses fit for royalty. I'm Erica Stanley, your host and tech expert, here to deliver tools, tips, and actionable strategies to help you scale smarter. Let's get to it.
Hey Queens, welcome to a quick AI Queens mini episode. I know that I told you all I was taking a break in between season 1 and 2, but I wanted to drop in today because my DMs and my conversations with other business owners, they've been blowing up with the same question. What happened to my ChatGPT personality? Many of you are frustrated with last month's GPT-5 update, and I totally get it. Let's talk about what's changed, why it changed, and most importantly, how to get your chatty, supportive AI assistant back. Now, first, let's address what's happening. If you've noticed that ChatGPT suddenly feels less like your enthusiastic business bestie and more like a boring robot, you're not alone. OpenAI did this on purpose. One of the biggest complaints about GPT-4o was that it was too agreeable, too much of a sycophant, overly sappy, like, yeah, you're doing a great job. You're so smart. That's the best idea ever. And it wasn't challenging anybody, which is not what we want, right? I want someone who is going to challenge my ideas and tell me that they're crappy when they are, especially if I'm depending on them to be my business bestie. It was giving like, you're doing great, sweetie, vibes. If I wanted that, I would just post something on Facebook and wait for my mom and my aunts to chime in. Although, no shade at all to moms and aunts, y'all are the best cheerleaders ever. With GPT-5, they really dialed that back. And now it sounds less encouraging and has way less personality. This was an intentional change based on user feedback, but clearly they overcorrected. Even Sam Altman, OpenAI CEO, has acknowledged that this was a bumpy rollout. In recent Reddit AMA, he admitted that they had missed how attached people were to their ChatGPT's personality. He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that GPT-5 seemed dumber to people because the auto-switching router was slowing things down. But beyond those technical issues, OpenAI had clearly underestimated how much people valued that supportive, personable tone. So, yeah, he admitted that. And the good news is that after all of these complaints, Altman is promising that they are looking at letting some of their users continue to use GPT-4o for the foreseeable future. So there's hope there. I've heard from multiple people that they think they need to upgrade to the $200 a month plan to get their chatty bot personality back. And I want you to understand that this is absolutely not true. Like, as of now, this is not true. You do not have to pay $200 a month to switch back to the old model. Please do not pay that. Instead, here's what you can do right now. Up in the top menu, you can actually choose your model. Now, they took away this ability when GPT-5 first rolled out, but they have quietly added it back in. So if you haven't gone in the last few weeks and looked, it's back. Your model is going to default to GPT-5, but you can go up into the selector and switch it to the legacy model and go back to GPT-4o. Once you do that, when you start a new chat, it should default back to GPT-4o because that's what it knows you want to use. Now, this will go for regular chats, or if you're using a custom GPT and that GPT allows you to switch models, then you can switch that back to 4o as well. Now, there's a caveat here. I don't know how long they're going to keep this option around. They initially said they were going to completely phase it out, but after all the complaints, they brought it back. So use it while you can. If you want to stick with GPT-5, but you want to make it more like what you loved about 4, here's what you can do. Go into your settings, click on Customize ChatGPT, and you'll see your custom instructions. These are options for what ChatGPT should call you, what you do, what it should know about you, and what traits you want it to have. Now, the newest feature in there is actually a little drop-down selector that asks, what personality should ChatGPT have? There's a setting for cheerful and adaptive or thoughtful and supportive. There's even a direct and robotic tone if that's your vibe. And for a lot of people, that is what they want their GPT to sound like. I have mine set up custom, of course, to be, quote, a little savage, a little clever, to push creative boundaries, big sister energy with a touch of sass and wit, right? So you want to make it match your brand voice and what you want to hear from your ChatGPT. Now, while you're in settings, check your Manage Memories section too. You're going to scroll through these and make sure that ChatGPT is remembering relevant things about you and your business, and delete anything that's outdated. Now, where do these memories come from? They come directly from conversations that you have been having back and forth with ChatGPT, and it's going to remember random things about you that it thinks are important. Some of them are important, some of them might not be. This is your opportunity to go in and delete anything that you don't necessarily want it to remember. And it's going to help it maintain context about who you are, what you're currently working on, and that's going to make your responses feel more personalized. Now, one more thing that I hear people complaining about is that ChatGPT 5 is slower. This is also intentional. Now, with previous models, ChatGPT was depending on you to know which model you wanted to use, like GPT-4o for creative writing or o3 for the deeper, more analytical reasoning. GPT-5 was built to automatically figure that out for you. But that decision-making process takes time. Now, if you want faster responses, you can actually go up into that same selector and set it to instant mode. So it's going to operate just like GPT-4o and automatically spit out a response. If you want it to think more deeply, you can use thinking mode, which is like talking to a PhD level research assistant, and it's going to take its time and think through its response before it responds back to you. If you choose the mode, it's not going to have to choose for you. But part of the magic of GPT-5 is that it's smart enough to know without you telling it. So for me, for the moment, I'm leaving it in auto mode and letting it figure out which model to use on its own. Now, before I wrap up today, there's one more feature I need to tell you about that just dropped about a week ago, and that's conversation branching. Now, this is honestly, it's so cool, and it's going to change the way that I, for one, am working with ChatGPT. Now, here's the scenario. Let's say I'm brainstorming some blog content ideas with ChatGPT. You're deep in this conversation, getting great ideas for your content calendar, and suddenly, while you're talking about blog topics, it spits out this brilliant idea. You're like, man, those would be a great series of Instagram posts. And it's totally different from your blog strategy. Now, before, you'd either have to derail your blog conversation or start a completely new chat and lose all of that context. But not anymore, not with this new feature. Now you can hover over any response in your chat and you'll see those little icons at the bottom of the response. You can click on the 3 dots and choose branch into a new chat. And boom, you've got a new conversation that remembers everything up to that point, but that you can take in a completely different direction. This is great for my entrepreneur ADHD brain. I'm absolutely loving this. You can keep your original blog brainstorming chat intact, but now you also will have a separate Instagram strategy chat that's going to have all that background context from your original conversation. It's perfect for entrepreneurs who have a million ideas spinning at once. You can explore different rabbit holes without losing your original train of thought. So there you have it, queens. Yes, GPT-5 is different, but you don't need to shell out $200 a month to get that personality back. You can use these customization options. You can switch your models as of now. You can manage your memories, try out that branching feature, and if all else fails, you can switch back to GPT-4o while you still can. I'd love to hear if these tips help you. Please drop me a DM and let me know how you're customizing your ChatGPT personality. Thanks again for joining me in between seasons. This is Erica Stanley from AI Queens, and I'll catch you in the next episode.
Thanks for listening to the AI Queens podcast. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow queen who needs to hear this. Want more tips and tools? Join the AI Queens Society at aiqueenssociety.com and start ruling your business with confidence today. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep reigning with AI.